Welcome in, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today, we have one case of 2024 Leaf Electrum Multisport. While we get started, please like and subscribe over on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. I know I said I wouldn't be seeing you guys for a while. I lied. Beeve had a doctor's appointment this morning. Thank you. How you doing, Brian? Okay. Let's get started. Box number one. All right. Box number one. Gavin Grahavok. 5 of 6. Urban Meyer. 3 of 4. And what a way to open this up. Paul Skeens. That is 2 of 5. Box number 2. Tatanka. 5 of 6. Rod Woodson. 2 of 3. And behind that, the man of the offseason, upcoming offseason, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 1 of 1 on the auto. Very nice. Where are we thinking? Nets, Lakers, Thunder, Spurs. It's going to be a lot of teams trying for him. This is cool. Ray Mancini. 7 of 7. It's the first one I've seen of those in all the cases we've done. Mark Grace. 6 of 6. And man, these autos. Floyd Mayweather Jr. 4 of 6. Sick hit. Mike Schmidt. 3 of 7. Luis Figo. 19 of 20. And Hall of Famer Ichiro, unanimous in my book. 12 out of 15. Darwin Nunez, 1 of 4. Drew Pearson, 16 of 20. And Dan Marino, 1 of 4 on the Electrum Avenue. King Felix. That is 6 out of 20. I appreciate it. I'm a bit different style of a breaker than Beeve, but Magic Johnson, Electrum Avenue. 2 of 2. I love that red. And Strange Colors for Brett Favre in a Jets uni. What a time. 3 of 8. Yeah. He goes a bit quick. I'm normally the guy in the background sleeving and top loading stuff, so believe me, I have to race too sometimes. John Smoltz, 1 of 6. Strange Colors, Hakeem Olajuwon, 8 of 15. And Fame Auto, Terry Hatcher, 1 of 1. Nice hit. Mercury Morris, 1 of 4. Back again. Dan Marino, 4 of 5. And Red, White, and Blue with Frank Thomas and Fred McGriff, 4 of 5 on our first multi-signer going to random.org. It's a nice card. Yeah, this set is nice. We like this set. Multi-sport is fun, especially when you watch multiple sports. You know what I mean? Ronnie Coleman, 5 of 5. Strange Colors for Allen Iverson, 6 of 8. And here comes the Thunder for Emmitt Smith. That is 8 of 8. My only problem with this set is I have such a hard time reading the numbers on the back because the backs of the cards are so patterned. sometimes a bit hard to read. So that's why when I turn them around, I'm pausing because I'm having a hard time reading them. All right, final box of the break. Hopefully, I hit for you if I have not already. Good luck. Starting off with Albert Pujols. Very nice auto. 4 of 7. College football right around the corner. Looking forward to watching him play. DJ Lagway. 101. Very nice hit. And closing us out, Strange Colors for Randy Moss. 1 of 6. All right, guys. That is going to do it for Electrum. If you are in Stars and Stripes, I believe is next. That'll be coming up in about 15 minutes. So stick around if you're in that. I'm going to be doing a quick hit recap on the Electrum that we just did. If you don't want to stick around for it, I don't blame you. I don't stick around for them myself either. But we do appreciate you joining nonetheless. We will have plenty more multi-sport. There's a new set that we just got called Signature Series that's also multi-sport that we'll be running a ton of. So if you are a fan of the multi-sport stuff, check it out. All right, getting us started. Gavin Grahovac, Urban Meyer, Paul Skeens, Tatanka, and Rod Woodson. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ray Mancini, Mark Grace, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Schmidt, and Luis Figo. Ichiro, Darwin Nunez, Drew Pearson, and Dan Marino. Felix Hernandez, Magic Johnson, Brett Favre, John Smoltz, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Terry Hatcher, Mercury Morris, Dan Marino, Ronnie Coleman, and Allen Iverson. Emmett Smith, Albert Pujols, DJ Lagway, and Randy Moss. And for our only multi-signer of the break, Frank Thomas and Fred McGriff. All right, guys, if you have either of these players or just want to stick around and watch, let me get a minute or two to get the random set up, and I will be right back. All right, guys. The way this is going to work is we are going to roll a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We are then going to randomize the list of names that amount of times, and the name that comes out on top is going to be the winner. Let us see how many times we're rolling. We are going to go 4 times. Good luck, Frank Thomas and Fred McGriff. That is 3 times. We should all know what 2 plus 2 is. Frank Thomas taking home the duel. All right, if you are in Stars and Stripes, again, just as a reminder, this will be coming to you in less than 15 minutes. So stick around for that or come back when it is time. And yeah, I'll see you guys around. Welcome in, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today we have one case of 2025 Panini Stars and Stripes Baseball. While we get started, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Save us as a seller on eBay, or follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. Come on. The good news is we know they're secure in there. Okay. Maybe the hardest thing I've ever done. I don't know. Okay. Now we got our wall of boxes. Just as a heads up, since I am by myself, I am going to be sleeving and top loading between each box. However, I don't think it'll take me too long. All right, box number one. Hudson Alpert, 31/50. Grady Emerson. Kalen Culpepper. Kyson Witherspoon. Andrew Getty. Anthony Ayenson, I think that's how you say that. Griffin McCain. And Jumbo Patch for Brooks Bryan. 33/61. Never have been before. Yeah, I don't usually break. I'm usually the guy sleeving and top loading. So that's... But we'll see. We'll see what I can do. No promises. This is my first time opening the set this year. They changed the format of this set last year. Okay. Apologies for that. I forgot I needed regular size top loaders for this. All right. Box number 2. Starting off with Ezra Essex, 10/30. Dean Curley, 198 out of 199. R.J. Austin Jr., Anthony Martinez, Josh Hammond, Daniel Carrion, Jordan Kurz, and Trey Newman. All right. Box number 3. Griffin McCain, 1/50. Jamie Arnold, 181 out of 199. Eric Becker, Ben Abeldet, 178 out of 199. John Stowers, Dylan Loy, KJ White out of 199, and Samir Muhammad out of 199. All right. On to the next one. Number 4, I believe. Joey Volchko, 11 out of 50. Bo Peterson, sorry. Eric Becker, 21 out of 50. Dylan Wood. Lawson McLeod, out of 199. Chase Cotton. Jared Grindlinger. And Pablo Torres. Ethan Armbruster, 13/13. Dean Curley. Alex Sosa. Brady Murrieta. Matthew Mattice. Colton Christman. Kyler McCage. And Rocco Maniscalco. All right. On to the next one. Kyle Johnson, 5/30. Grady Emerson. Malcolm Moore, alumni. Liam Peterson, out of 199. Alton Davis II, out of 199. Anthony Ayenson, out of 25. Graham Schlicht. And jumbo patch for Stephen Garneau Jr. out of 18. Jumbo patch indeed. Again, I do apologize for the downtime between each box, but we're a little short-handed today, so I'd rather get everything top-loaded, and that way, if something gets knocked over or anything, these cards are thick, they'll damage easy. Alright, on to the next one. Cooper Collins, 8/30. Kaysen Cunningham. Nolan Schubart, 1/5. Austin Weiss. Jordan Martin. Kaysen Fletcher. KJ White out of 199. And Samir Muhammad. All right. Done with that. Oh boy. There was just a kaboom right on the top. I guess we'll just do it then. Well, where's the fun in actually? Let me see if I do this. Okay. We'll do the kaboom at the end. I didn't realize it would just be right on the front. Daniel Savette. That is out of 199. Slater DeBrun. Blake Bowen. Colton Smith out of 199. Camden Bohm. Luke Esquivel. Sammy Swank. And behind that, I know you guys see that pattern, is our kaboom. Good luck, everybody. Bobby Witt Jr. on the kaboom. That is sick. Congratulations. Our Bobby Witt Jr. spots have been doing quite well recently. Yeah, seriously. I agree with Michael. Last year, I knew we had several cases with multiple kabooms. I don't think we've had one yet, so let's see. Luke Esquivel out of 50. Eli Willits out of 199. R.J. Austin Jr. Blake Bowen. Julian Cesares out of 199. Gavin Marcus. Marcus Grice out of 199. And Trey Newman out of 199. Cooper Consiglio out of 30. Kevin Roberts Jr. Slater DeBrun. Braden Harris. Matthew Mattice. Dexter McLeon Jr. Jeremiah Hall. That is out of 199. And Patrick Forbes. Okay. Kolatau Koka out of 13. Gavin Fine. Trent Grindlinger. Cooper Ramel. Josh Hammond. Denton Lord. That is out of 199. Josh Owens. And Will Brick. If you are in here for SP Game Used Hockey, I am running a little bit behind, but it will be running immediately after this break. I would just need a second after the hit recap to get set up. All right. Next box. Malachi Witherspoon out of 50. Joey Volchko out of 199. Nathaniel Davis, Nike Team Patch, 1 of 1. Very nice. Ethan Bass. Tucker Long. Dylan Loy. Junior Lopez out of 199, and Sammy Swank. Yeah, the Nike logo is nice. I like those patches. I think last year they had a lot of those as well, but I don't know if they were all 101s. All right. Oops, didn't mean to hit you guys. Dylan Hoddle out of 30. Merrick Houston out of 199. Trey Phelps. Braden Yaksa. Lawson McLeod. Daryl Carrion. Jacob Duden out of 199. And Tyler Canast. I think after this box, I'll just sleeve the cards because a little tight on time for the hockey break. Okay, that's what I'll do. Next box. Brandon Lorenzo out of 30. Kaysen Cunningham. Quentin Young, 17 of 25. Brooks Bryan. Tucker Long out of 199. Cole Dunlap. Manny Lantigua. And Parker Loff out of 199. All right. Patrick Forbes out of 30. Ethan Holiday. Gabe Gakel out of 199. Kyson Witherspoon out of 199. Andrew Breck. Brendan Sieber. Graham Schlicht. And that's a nice patch. Ethan Bingaman, 35 of 49. next one. Anthony Ayenson out of 30. Drew Burris out of 199. Gabe Davis. Max Bellieu out of 199. Andrew Getty. Brendan Sieber. Giovanni Gariglia out of 199. And Derek Smith out of 72 on the patch. All right. Ty Glaus out of 50. Eli Willits out of 199. Ethan McIlvain. Dylan Minity out of 199. Malachi Witherspoon. Chase Cotton out of 199. Kyle Walker. And Xavier Mitchell. I'm trying, I really am. I swear I am. Down to the final 3 boxes. It's not over until it's over. Box number 18. Ethan Bass out of 30. Ricky Shepard. Caden Bodine out of 25. Nice patch. Dominic Vogel out of 199. Hunter Watson out of 199. Dexter McLeon Jr. Josh Owens. And Will Brick out of 199. Closing out that box. Box number 19. Trey Phelps out of 50. Gavin Fine. Quentin Young. Danny Dickinson. Jackson Matthews. Ezra Essex. Luis Rodriguez out of 199. And Nico Partita, not numbered. And just like that, we are down to our final box. If you're waiting for hockey, once I'm done with this last box, I'll do a quick hit recap. Then I'll need a minute or two to get set up for the hockey. I don't normally break for eBay. So when I break for eBay, it's whenever the other guy has like appointments or something. Ooh. Nice little gold on top. Nathan Rapp, 10 of 10. Joey Volchko. Slater DeBrun. Braden Yaksa out of 199. Stephen Millam out of 199. Connor Salerno out of 199. Luke Esquivel out of 199. And Meridian LeFew, not numbered, to close out the break. I am very sorry, Austin. I did try. Where can I find you? I normally, when I do break, it's in our Discord server. But I haven't been breaking too much in there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the way the breaks be sometimes. I know what you mean. But yeah, we do have a Discord. It's discord.gg/BMCC. That's also another great place to get into contact with us. And me in particular, because I don't do eBay messages. So if you do have questions or something, you can always get a response out of me in our Discord. So BMCC, discord.gg/BMCC. Do you have a schedule of some sort? No, I'm normally the guy in the background sleeving and top loading everything. So I'm always around. For the last year, I've just been in the background. But I've had to do some, replacement breaks. Yeah. It happens often. You tried. It was entertaining. I'm glad you were entertained. Sorry there was so much downtime between each box. I really, try to not have that, but what can you do sometimes? All right. Hudson Alpert, Grady Emerson, Kalen Culpepper, Kyson Witherspoon, Andrew Getty, Anthony Ianson, Griffin McCain, Brooks Bryan, Ezra Essex, Dean Curley, R.J. Austin Jr., Anthony Martinez, Josh Hammond, Daryl Carrion, Jordan Kurz, Trey Newman, Griffin McCain, Jamie Arnold, Eric Becker, Ben Abeldet, John Stowers, and Dylan Loy. Maybe, yeah. KJ White, Samir Muhammad, DJ Volchko, Bo Peterson, Eric Becker, Dylan Wood, Lawson McLeod, Chase Cotton, Jared Grindlinger, Pablo Torres, Ethan Armbruster, Dean Curley, Alex Sosa, Brady Murrieta, and Matthew Mattice. Colton Chrisman, Kyler McCage, Rocco Maniscalco. This was Kyle Johnson, Grady Emerson, Malcolm Moore, Liam Peterson, Alton Davis II, Anthony Ayenson, Graham Schlicht, Stephen Garneau Jr., Cooper Collins, and Kason Cunningham. Nolan Schubart, Austin Weiss, Jordan Martin, Kason Fletcher, RJ White, or KJ White, I'm sorry, Samir Muhammad, Daniel Savette, Slater DeBrun, Blake Bowen, Colton Smith, Camden Bohm, Luke Esquivel, Sammy Swank, Kaboom, Bobby Baseball, beautiful hit, and Luke Esquivel. Eli Willits, RJ Austin Jr., Blake Bowen, Julian Cesares, Gavin Marcus, Marcus Grease, Trey Newman, Cooper Consiglio, Kevin Roberts Jr., Slater DeBrun, Braden Harris, Matthew Mattice, Dexter McLean Jr., and Jeremiah Hall. Patrick Forbes, Kolutau Koka, Gavin Fine, Trent Grindlinger, Cooper Ramel, Josh Hammond, Denton Lord, Josh Owens, Will Brick, Malachi Witherspoon, Joey Volchko, Nathaniel Davis, and Ethan Bass. Tucker Long, Dylan Loy, Junior Lopez, Sammy Swank, Dylan Hoddle, Merrick Houston, Trey Phelps, Braden Yaksa, Lawson McLeod, Dariel Carrion, Jacob Duden, and Tyler Canast. And for this last little stack, Brandon Lorenzo, Kason Cunningham, Quentin Young, Brooks Bryan, Tucker Long, Cole Dunlap, Manny Lantigua, Parker Leoff, Patrick Forbes, Ethan Holiday, Gabe Gakel, Kyson Witherspoon, Andrew Breck, Brennan Sieber, Graham Schlicht, Ethan Bingham, Anthony Ayenson, Drew Burris, and Gabe Davis. Max Bellieu, Andrew Getty, Brendan Sieber, Giovanni Gariglia, Derek Smith, Tyler Glaus, Eli Willits, Ethan McIlvain, Dylan Minity, Malachi Witherspoon, Chase Cotton, Kyle Walker, Xavier Mitchell, Ethan Bass, Rookie Shepard, and Caden Bodie. Dominic Vogel, Hunter Watson, Dexter McLeon Jr., Josh Owens, Will Brick, Trey Phelps, Gavin Fine, Quentin Young, Danny Dickinson, Jackson Matthews, Ezra Essex, Luis Rodriguez, Nico Partita, Nathan Rapp, Joey Volchko, Slater DeBrun, Braden Yaksa, Stephen Millam, Connor Salerno, Luke Esquivel, and Meridian LeFew. All right, guys, I'm sorry that took a bit longer than expected. If you're waiting for hockey, give me a few minutes to get that set up, and I'll be back as fast as I can. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Alex. Today we have one inner case of 2024-25 Upper Deck SP Game Used Hockey. While we get started, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. No, let's just not stand up at all, I think. Okay. Apologies again. I'm sorry for the late start. It took me a bit longer than I was anticipating for Stars and Stripes. But we are here now. Now the question is, how do I open these? Right there. All right. Let's get into this. I'll be completely honest, I'm not the biggest hockey guy, but I love watching during the playoffs, so if I do pronounce anybody's name horrendously wrong, just give me a holler. Alright guys, good luck starting off with Noah Dobson. Nick Suzuki, Brendan Brisson, Alexis Lafreniere, Marat Kushnetov, Matthew Tkachuk. See, are all of them? Yeah, they're all game used. Nice. Well, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Alexis Lafreniere back again. This is cool. Out of 35, Zachary Bolduc. 19 out of 35 on the big patch, and he's got the little auto on the patch. That's cool. And this is a thick card. Out of 35, Kyle Connor. Net cord. That's crazy. I don't know if I'll have a top loader that'll fit that. Or a sleeve even. Let's find out. I think I got it. Boom. Nice. And then let me see, I don't think I can just top load those or sleeve. Okay. On to the next box. Evan Bouchard, Ron Francis, Brennan Ottman, Boone Jenner, Kirill Kaprizov, 145 out of 149, sorry. Jacob Slavin, he had a hell of a game last night. Out of 35, Nicholas Lidstrom and authentic rookies for Emil Lilberg and authentic rookies for Will Smith. Okay, next box. Josh Anderson, Leon Draisaitl, Logan Malou, Drew Doughty, Seamus Cassie, Colin Graff, Artem Zub, Sam Reinhart, and what a patch for the Oilers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins out of 15. That is a chunker. Very nice. Sean Durzi, Trevor Linden, Scott Morrow, Matthew Tkachuk, out of 149, Josh Doan for the Yetis, Dylan Larkin, banner year, Maverick Bork, Joshua Roy, and Yari Curry. Zach Hyman, Martin St. Louis, Gavin Brindley, Rick Nash, Rasmus Kapari out of 149. Out of 299, Gage Gonsalves. Whoa, this is nice. Frank Nazar, Visible Spectrum for the Blackhawks. That's pretty. Maxwell Crozier. And another Visible Spectrum for Lane Hudson. I like those inserts. Jason Robertson, Sergei Bobrovsky, Maxwell Crozier, Anthony Cirelli, Maxwell Crozier again. Oh, those were case hits. I was like, that's what it felt like. And then there was two of them, and I was like, what is going on? Justin Brazeau, Brock Bozer, Logan Stankoven, and Wyatt Johnston. That was a Stars box if there has ever been one. %30 of it was just Stars. I'm going to need both Johnston and Stankoven to not do what is possible and lose. Braden Point, Wayne Gretzky, Akurati, Alex Ovechkin, Nashville guys, not that I can remember. Brian Trottier out of 149. Ryan O'Reilly. There you go. There's a Pred guy. Joshua Roy. Liam Ogren. 17 out of 35 on the patch auto, or yeah, patch auto. I was trying to think of like a creative name to call that, but don't have anything. And 3 of 5, Brock Bozer for the Canucks. Okay. It looks like something's already top loaded or sleeved. Okay. I don't know what that could be, but I'm excited. Rasmus Kapari. Austin Matthews. Brennan Ottman. Joe Thornton. Carter Verhaeghe out of 149. Tage Thompson. Brennan Othman out of 299 on the patch. Alexis Lafreniere. And Mascot Marks. Is this a... Whoa. We got a mascot auto with a certificate of authenticity out of 35. Devil auto from the Devil. The Devil himself. That is a very cool card. I'm going to just put that back in there the way I got it. And then top loader. All right, box number 9. We have another very thick one coming up. Bo Horvat. Elias Pettersson. Ivan Fedotov. Chris Letang. Out of 149, Akurati. Cutter Gauthier. Ethan Del Mastro. Alex Pertangelo. That's a really cool patch. And speaking of really cool patches, Nick Suzuki out of 15. Little 3-tone patch. Very nice. just like that, we are on to the final box of the break. Good luck. Dylan Larkin, Doug Gilmore, Zach Ostapchuk, Nazem Kadri, Ivan Fedotov, Gage Consalves, Jason Robertson, Jason Dickinson, and closing us out, Joe Sakic out of 35, Hall of Fame marks. All right, everybody. I am going to finish sleeving and top loading these. Once I'm done with that, I'll do a quick hit recap. And that will be it from me today. I am not sure when I will be back to break on eBay, but when I am, look forward to seeing some of you guys here again. All right. Let me just do this real quick. That way we could see it. Okay. Hit recap. Alexis Lafreniere, Matthew Tkachuk, Zachary Bolduc, Kyle Connor, Kirill Kaprizov, Jacob Slavin, Nicholas Lidstrom, Emil Lilberg, Will Smith, and Colin Graff. Artem Zub, Sam Reinhart, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Josh Doan, Dylan Larkin, Maverick Bork, Joshua Roy, Yari Curry, Rasmus Kapari, Gage Gonsalves, Frank Nazar, Visible Spectrum case hit, Maxwell Crozier, and Lane Hudson, Visible Spectrum case hit. Justin Brazeau, Brock Bozer, Logan Stankoven, Wyatt Johnston, Brian Trottier, Ryan O'Reilly, Joshua Roy, Liam Ogren, Brock Bozer, Carter Verhaeghe, and Tage Thompson. Brennan Ottman, Alexis Lafreniere, Akurati, Cutter Gauthier, Ethan Del Mastro, Alex Pertangelo, Nick Suzuki, Gage Consalves, Jason Robertson, Jason Dickinson, and Joe Sakic. And maybe one of the coolest things I've pulled, the New Jersey Devil mascot auto. Mascot marks, I guess. But that is very cool. Even came with a little certificate of authenticity. I'll go ahead and put that back in there for whoever got the Devils. All right, guys. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be back, but, you know. Like I said, I spend most of my time in our Discord. Discord.gg/BMCC. So if you guys know how to use that, feel free to join, and you can always shoot us a message in there. But yeah, that's going to be it from us today. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope to see you in the next few days of breaks. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.